Hello everyone. Okay, you asked for it. We are going to attempt to do our dangles and not have it be 5 videos or a video that's like an hour long. So I've got the clock going and hopefully we can do this in one video. So this is what we're going to be creating. Here is one dangle. I do have these listed in my shop, by the way, but I wanted to show you that you can use great big charms and all sorts of just really, really cool things. So that is one. And then I did a little mini. Here's a little mini. Isn't it? It's just so cute. Yeah, I think I'm addicted to these right now. These little wooden spools you can get at Joann's, they come in a pack. Just so cute. This measures about 4 inches. It's either, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is 4 inches. The other ones are 6 to 7.5. This is a Alice in Wonderland themed, and it is pretty long. This one measures from the clasp to the bottom. Yeah, almost 8 inches. So it would have to go on a large 8-inch journal. And then I leave these on. You can cut these if you want, but you can see we've got the white rabbit. Here is a framed, I believe, white rabbit. I believe that is a white rabbit. And there's a teapot, and here's a clock, and then we've got glass beads, just cool beads, butterfly. There's a dice. Look at that bead right there. Yeah, really just cute, and handmade with love. So they come on a lobster clasp, and the smaller one also comes on a little lobster clasp. So let me show you these really quick, and then we can get started. So in order to attach these to your journal, you're going to need a hole at the top of your journal on your spine. You can use something like this. I believe, I don't use these often because they need to be glued, and to be honest, I don't trust that. So I couldn't tell you where I got this. Probably Hobby Lobby. It's really, it's a cool design, but I don't, like I said, it's scary to me. I wouldn't want it to fall off, so I don't use these for that. Then you can get the lobster clasps, and these swivel. You can get these at Hobby Lobby, and they open this way. So what you would do is you'd put a hole in the spine of your journal. You could attach a ring then that this could go into, or this could just go into the hole. So this is the large one. This is the one we're going to be working with today. And I will put a piece of white paper on here so that you can see what we're doing. And then I have these little guys, these little brads that have a little metal ring on them. You can use these. So for the smaller ones, the smaller journals, I love to use these. Now I've just started doing this, so but I think on the set that I have in my shop, the small journals, I think there is one where I did use this, and they work really well. And yes, I do trust the brad. I've not had any issues with it, but you want to watch your weight too. Then these are silver lobster claw clasps, and these I did get at Hobby Lobby. We are going to be working with the larger one because it's going to be much easier for you to see what I'm doing than if I try to work with the smaller one, because I use this thread, and I probably should show you what that looks like. I did get this off of Amazon, and if I think about it, I will put it in my affiliate link. This is bookbinding thread, Vintage Paper Company bookbinding thread. And it's flax linen. It's 100% flax linen, and I think it makes a really, really cute, let's pull this out again, really, really cute dangle. So flax linen, I'll keep this out so I can hopefully remember to put it in. You can check out below the affiliate link. And then for the black, this is my favorite bookbinding. It is waxed, and boy, I couldn't tell you. I got this off of Amazon as well years ago. So this came in a set of white, navy blue, and black, and I'll see if I can find it. If I can, I will also link this. And if I can find the lobster clasps, I will link those as well. So let's get started, guys. I did pull a bunch of things that we could use just to try to save time. To thread my beads, I do use a, let's put this here so you can see this better. I do use a floss threader. You can find a floss threader in any drugstore, probably also on Amazon. I don't have a package to show you how it comes, but it will say floss threader. So then what you would do is you put your beads on here, you put your thread here, and you just pull it through and it threads it. I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have this guy. I mean, this is everything to me. So what I did is I took my bookbinding thread and I cut it. This is two pieces at 38 inches long, depending upon how long you want, but you have to remember you're going to be tying knots. So it will take up quite a bit of thread. And if you like your threads long, like this, and if you don't, you can cut them off. But if you like your threads long, better to have too long and cut than to run out. So you've got these threads left over, and you can see you're going to be tying a bunch of knots. See that? And it does take up quite a bit of thread. So yeah, 30, I've got this at 30. I mean, you might as well just go 40. What's 2 more inches? Especially when I did my Alice in Wonderland, because you can see, it's so cute, but you can see how short this one is. I apparently tied a lot more knots in this one than I did in any of the others, so you can see it's way shorter. Now, one of the things that you want to, ooh, I just lost my train of thought. Ooh, what was I gonna say? I don't remember, so let's just get started. Okay, it'll come to me, and then I will share it. So, oh, what I was going to say is how many, you have to figure out how many strands do you want. I think 4 is enough. I think on a spine of a journal, why would you want more than this? If you add another string, then you're going to have 6. That's a lot. You might want to start with just 1 and have 2 strands. And see what you think about it. I think you can get away easily with 2 strands. I think it would be cute. But for today, we're going to use, we're going to have 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this in half. We're going to take our lobster claw. Now, you might have a better way of doing this. Like I said, I've just started doing these, and I'm just addicted to them. So we're just going to pull this through like you would if you were doing a tag. You're going to have that loop. I'm not going to trust just that loop, so I'm going to come up here, And I'm going to tie a knot at the top. So I'm going to push this up, get a knot up there. So you're going to have something that looks like this. Hopefully you can see that. And then we're just going to start beading. We're going to start adding whatever it is. Just pick a string, and I'm going to get this. I've got some little seed beads here, and I'm going to start at the top of this one, I think, by a seed bead. And I think I'm going to do a little, I've got these little beads here that are so cute, and there's a heart. And I think I'm going to do that in another silver seed bead. So what you would do with your floss threader, you get your beads on there like that. You take your thread and you pull it through, and then you just, yep, and we are on. See that? So easy. So then you're going to pick this up, and I'm gonna make my first knot. Sometimes I will knot the bead itself, and I have to play with this to get this to be tight. See, one knot is not going to do it, so you can see where it would take quite a bit of thread to do this. You want to make sure that none of them are going to fall off. Wouldn't that be a disaster? So how's everyone? There was so much interest in this that I was just, okay, I'm going to go one more time. You're going to look at it and you're going to have to gauge yourself, because depending upon what beads you're using, you're going to have to gauge. See, I would say that's going nowhere. Okay, that's going nowhere. And then because this is waxed, I think I will come back and just put a little dab of glue on that knot when I get this the way that I want it. So there's my first one, and it's pretty stinking cute. So let's do this one. I think I'm going to have this one be a little bit lower. I'm not going to worry about tying a knot at the top. I could, but I don't need one because gravity is going to keep this lower. We don't have to worry about a knot at the top. And I think let's add some color. So why don't let's grab a green one. You can see where this is going to go. So you're just going to play with it. Let's see, that's it. And we're just going to repeat. We're going to put our beads on. I don't want it all the way at the top. Why? Because I just don't need it to be all clumpy at the top. So I'm going to have this a little bit lower. And I think it'll fit better too if it's a little bit lower. So here we go. It does work to your advantage if you put beads with larger holes above smaller beads, like seed beads or beads that don't have as large a hole. It will be to your advantage. See, the hole on this one is larger. It's going to take a bigger knot. But this one is smaller, so that works out, I think, really well. And then you're going to look at it and just make sure that you like where you're going. And I do. I think that looks cute. So let's do this one. And I think we will do maybe, how about a butterfly? Little butterfly, maybe a flower, and I think a bead, a little bead. So on this one, I think I am gonna make a knot just because I don't want it all the way at the top. let's make a knot on this one. And the green bead is going to go first, and it has a small hole. So let's do that. Let's see if I can get this on top of each other. Sometimes you have to really play with it to get your knots to stay together, and sometimes they don't. And if they don't, that's okay. You just have to go with the flow and get the effect you want and make it work for you. You're the one in control, not the thread. Although sometimes it feels like the thread's in control. So we're going to put this little butterfly on there. And then this flower. I believe the butterfly, I believe I got most of these beads at Hobby Lobby, I think. Now, I do go to a place called Mitch's Beads, and I get my beads, I get a lot of beads from there. Let's see, did I get this on? What did I do? Well, it helps if you don't knot that up. Like this dice here, I need to go to Mitch's Beads, and I'm going to see if they will let me do a video when I'm in there. Oh yeah, I like that. That's really cute. But this has a large hole. Do you see that? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this key on there. It's a key charm. You could do your knots, but I think I'm going to put this key on there, and we're just going to tie this key on, and that's going to help those beads stay on. Just see if I can get this key up where I want it. Doesn't have to be right up next to the bead. So if you don't get it up next to the bead, you are going to have some play. See that there? You've got some play. This is what I mean up here. So if you wanted to, you could. I think I do want this closer. So I'm gonna grab, let's see if we can do this. I've had luck with this in the past. Like I said, because it is waxed, usually, but if it looks like I'm gonna split it, then I'm gonna let it go. Let's see if this will work. Looks like, yep, there we go. That's what I mean about the glue. I think I'm gonna, oh, we're still, oh, let's see, that was just one. Let's see if we can do this. Hopefully, because I mean, it's okay to have the play, but I think I'd like it tighter. I think we're gonna be able to do it. Maybe. Yep. Okay, so let's see if I can move this up and get this to be tighter. This is what I mean by when you do little work like this, sometimes it's hard to film. And there's no magic. You just have to try to manipulate this to get it to be where you want it to be, and it's still too loose. So if anybody has it, well, and then I put a knot in there. Okay, well, the knot's okay, but let's see if we can, that might help. We're gonna give up in just a minute. We're gonna keep moving on because I don't want to keep you dealing with this. That's better. We have a little bit of play, but that's okay. It's another knot here. So this is what we look like so far. So we look pretty good. Okay, now on to our fourth. And I think maybe a bigger bead. What do we have? Let's use, let's see. Let's use a clear bead and something bigger. Is that in? So this is what you're going to do. You're going to space them with knots. You're going to add your charms. Let's go with maybe something really bright. Is this too big? This is a glass bead. I believe I got these off of Amazon. Ooh, I like that. Yep, I like that. And then let's add this W for Wonderland. And then we'll knot this off. And then I think we need to be looking at adding our silver charms. Let's get them in there. So let's do a knot. I hope everybody's doing well. Karen, I hope your knee surgery is healing and you are great running around with your grandson, just having a ball and not having any pain. Gigi, I should say, I hope your family's doing well after the loss of your mother-in-law. That's a rough one. I just celebrated last week 2 years of my mom being gone. Okay, maybe one more. And then let's see what we've got. I think we've got a really pretty start to a very, very cool looking dangle. Look at that. That looks pretty good. So let's come up on this one again. And let's add, I really love this glass bead. Isn't that so pretty? I think we're gonna go, and maybe I don't need the, yep I do. You know, the glass beads, sometimes they're rough on the inside, and so you need a way to get your thread through. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, isn't that so pretty? All right, what are we gonna put below that? How about, let's go with, how about this ceramic purple? It's got scallops. It's so pretty. We've already been 20 minutes, guys. Can you believe it? I really don't like to run my, oh, I didn't get that in. I really don't like to run more than 30 minutes if possible. I think that's long enough. Let's put this on and see what we think. That's really, really pretty. And I think it's about time for one of our little thread, bobbin thread things. So, but this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna sit here, you're gonna be very patient, and you're gonna thread and tie knots, and that really is. Some of you may like your a lot of space between. Some of you may like more solid strings. Until you start making them, you're probably not going to really know what your favorite way to do it is. So that is that one. That's really pretty. Let's start getting some, I think I want some space here. So I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna tie a knot. I already have a knot there, but I want a little bit of space. I don't want everything right up next to each other. So that's probably about, let me look at that and see. I think it's more than a ½ inch or more than a quarter. It's probably about a ½ inch maybe I used space, but you can see how you use up a lot of your thread. Okay, so I'm gonna put this spool on there. Do I want something on top of that spool? Oh, I've got so many cool things here. Let's do another butterfly, and then let's put the spool under the butterfly, and then maybe a seed bead because the spool has a large hole. Come on, Charlotte. Get that in there. There we go. So I like that. Ooh, that's pretty. And then let's add this. And I probably could have gotten my thread in here. Ooh, yeah. And let's do a seed bead. Yep. And then we need a charm. This is supposed to be an Alice in Wonderland themed. So far, there's no Alice on here. There's a key. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Okay, so now what we're going to do is the same thing. We're going to tie a knot, and we're going to try to get it as close as we can. And if you want, you could tie it onto you could tie your knot onto your seed bead. I have done that. I've got 2 knots here that are not together. Let's see if we can bring them together. Let's see if we can tie these together to make one big one. And I'll go one more, just for good measure. Let's see. All right, so, and then every once in a while, I mean, you want to look at what you've got. Isn't that so cute? Look at that. Okay, let's take this one and let's attach. I've got the white rabbit. I've got the white rabbit in a frame. I've got a clock. I've got a teapot. I've got another key. I've got a heart. And then I've got this cool piece here. So what do we want to do? All right, I think let's go with this guy. Yep. So because it's a charm, we're just going to put this through. We're going to tie it off. And it's not always as easy as it sounds because you want to get it up. There we go. Get it placed where you want it, and then we'll have a look. So it's a lot of just sitting here having fun, playing, and tying knots, guys. So that's what we've got. Isn't that so cool? Look at how, I could quit right now. It's so pretty. All right, so let's go to this one. And let's put a charm here. What do we want to put? Maybe we will put the clock. Or do we want the teapot? Let's see. I think we want this clock. And I think also I got my Alice in Wonderland charms off of Amazon, so I will double check and see if that's the case and try to put them. You might, if you like Temu, you might check Temu and see what they have, but I think you probably have to wait quite a while to get a Temu package. If this is something you want to begin right away, you might be better off with Amazon at first. Look at that. It's so cute. It is so cute. All right, I think, so when you're looking at them, kind of spread them out. I think we need some beads, so how about this pink one? Isn't that pretty? This I know for sure came from an assortment at Hobby Lobby. And I think we'll go with, I for sure want to use that heart. And let's put this one Let me see if I'm looking at this. Okay, I'm going to do, because I don't want it up right against this key charm, I'm going to do a knot a little bit further down from this key. And I'm going to build on that so it doesn't slip the knot. Just like this. But you can see, I mean, they take a while. So, depending upon if you want to make these and you want to sell them, you think of your time and what you put into it. And I think let's do a little silver just to break it up. No rhyme or reason, we're just breaking it up. Although we don't have a lot of color, let's take the silver off and let's do this dark green because we don't have a lot of color going on here. And I for sure want to make sure I get that dice on here because that's so cool. We'll do this green and then we'll do this pink. And then we'll do a silver. Get this on here. Loop that through there. I know y'all can't see every little thing I'm doing, but hopefully you understand what I'm doing. You don't need to see it. Ooh, look at that. That's really pretty. So let's do our knot. And I think we're gonna attach a charm to this, and this end, this one string, I think will be done. So maybe we will put that really cute white rabbit. One more, just for good measure. And then let's look at it. But I'm thinking the white rabbit, yeah, let's do it. We're gonna put the white rabbit on this one, and then we're gonna call it done, that one. And that's so cute. So let's see if I can get this through here, and I did. Yep. So we're gonna tie him off. I want him to be as close to that knot because I want long, I'd like to have the long tails. So let's get him up there. That's good enough. So tie him off, then we'll have a look. Let's see. Look at that, guys. Isn't that cute? So with him, just to take a measure, we are already at, from the very top, we're at 8 inches. So we don't want to go any lower than this one because we're already at 8 inches. So you want to watch that. So let's work on this. Let's see, how long have we been on? We've been on 30 minutes, so we'll go. I don't think we're going to finish this. Let's tie a knot, and I want that butterfly. I think I'm going to have to finish this off camera, but hopefully you're getting a really good idea of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. So let's do we want something over that? Let's see, which one is it we're doing? This one, what do we have? Okay, we already have one of the squared. Let's put this little pink bead, if I can find the end. Okay. And somebody had written that they have a whole lot of beads. You don't have to have charms. You can do this with a great assortment of beads and it would be beautiful. Okay. Oh, I love that. All right, what do we want under that? I think maybe we might, let's put this red one and then let's do the teapot. And then I think we'll look at it and look at that. Okay. So let's knot this as close as we can. I may not be able to get everything on here. I have the handmade with love heart, which I like, this little one right there, and I loved that, but may not be able to get it all on. So I do want the teapot because that is so much an Alice. So we want that for sure. So we got all the Alice charms on that we wanted. So that was important. Because I can't say it's an Alice themed if there's nothing Alice on here. So let's look at this and see if I can tell you where I'm going next. Okay. See that? Isn't that just so cute? Oh my goodness, that's cute. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do, so you don't feel like you're missing anything, let's see what we've got. There's our clock, and there's this one here. So I think what I'm gonna do next, if you wanna see the completed one, you'll see it in my shop, because that's where it's going. I think this is going to be a monthly giveaway in September. I think this is what we're going to do. But I think here, I'm going to go with the dice and yep, another glass bead, the dice, maybe a seed bead in between and under, and then I think I'm going to put this there and possibly something like that, and I will work this in over here, I think. So guys, I really appreciate all your feedback. If you want another one, let me know, because I know sometimes when you want to try something and you see the first one, you've got questions. So let me know in the comments, and if you want me to do another one on camera, let me know that too, and we'll do that. So have a really great rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hugs, guys. Bye.